Here goes down Crow.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome, one and all. It's Tuesday again. It's CrowCast, episode 51. What a show we've got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The wonderful, the incredible artist Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke is joining us very shortly. We cannot wait to talk to him. How have you been, bud? Ronnie Ackford.
Not bad, mate. Not bad. The weeks are flying as usual. But an incredible guest, as you said. We're super excited. Phenomenal, phenomenal album. Can't wait to get into that, to be honest. That's great. And then there's the news of next week's show as well, which is quite exciting for those who have already been up on the maths and everything. Next week is our birthday.
Look at that. What's that, week one? Look at the state.
Incredible.
Look at the state on us all. It's week one.
Wow.
Didn't have a clue what we were doing. And here we are 52 weeks later. And it's all right, isn't it? It's getting better, as they say.
Unbelievable. Like I said, an idea 51 weeks ago. How can we keep things going? How can we keep connected with the fans? How can we just keep going as a band? Like, you know, or we'll jump online every week, and then it'd be cool to get some people on you, their stories, how they're coping. 51 weeks later, mate. It's unbelievable.
Happy birthday, man.
Unbelievable. So that is next week's show. We got a few ideas for it, guys, if you want to get involved. Next week it's all about you as well. We're going to be playing clips from it'll be the last 51 weeks. So we're going to be playing clips throughout that. It'd be cool to hear your favorite moments of the last 51 weeks. Maybe send them into crowcasttakeover@gmail.com. Any shout outs that you like, or tell us about your favorite moments, your favorite guests, any stories, just basically anything we've tried to cover in the last 51 weeks. So that should be pretty cool, man, to get into that.
Yeah, man. I can see a few people already kind of got some ideas. 52 weeks of awesomeness, D. Brogan. It's been incredible. D. Lindsay Griffiths, 52, crazy. It's because of you guys, you know, you've been there, you supported us. Well, I think we supported each other, really. You know, the Crow family is growing and from strength to strength. And it's been such a crazy mental year. About taking that positive spin of something that was quite negative. And it's incredible where we've come, what we're doing right now. You know,
No, I agree with you, dude. I mean, like I said, we didn't know we'd get to a year. I mean, we've always had ideas out to keep this going as well on the road. And because the whole premises of this show, we've said it many a time, is to have a chat as well with our fellow peers, you know, people we respect within the music industry. And it's evolved weekly. The mics have got better. The backgrounds have got fancier. So it's just something that, you know, we will look to carry on in the future, but it's looking great at the moment. I mean, schedules are starting to fill up yet again. I think we said that last week. So that's an incredible moment, but I'm really looking forward to hitting that 1 year special. It'll be cool to look back and actually see what we got up to as well, you know?
Yeah. Does it feel like a year to you? Does it feel like we've been off for a year?
No, that's the bizarre thing about it. When we started talking about it behind the scenes, and obviously, you know, with CrowCast, we tend to kind of plan ahead now. That's our lives.
Yeah.
So when this date was in the diary, it was like, I think we talked about it about 8 or 9 episodes ago. Oh, we've penned it in the diary, the year episode, and now it's upon us. So next week will be Happy Birthday CrowCast, which is, like I said, that's unbelievable. I think that shot was taken in the first 5 minutes of trying to work out whether the software worked, and yet again how to connect with you guys, how to get the comments rolling in, and it's exciting, mate. So
will we be here in another year's time? That's the question.
Good God, let's hope not. Let's hope we're on the road. That's I can't wait to ask Charlie. I mean, what's it like with them? What's it been like that side? Because we've spoken to Ricky Warwick and and obviously Doug and Marco, all in different parts of America. So it's a bit like over here, everything's moving differently. I mean, in South Wales, obviously our rules are still slightly different to England, and still, I think, a little bit different to Scotland. So it's, everybody's moving at their own pace, but we seem to be getting there, which is really, really cool. Like, I like that. A weird period in history. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Jill Watcham, it's been great, something to look forward to each week and really get behind. We all appreciate it, I'm sure. Yeah, so do we, Jill.
And I'll do a recap when the guys are up later, guys. Anyone wants to take a screen grab of that? That'll be episode 52 next week. Normally we have a little promo video saying what guests are on, etc. But like I said, next week will be about answering your questions, recapping on 51 weeks of great up and downs and madness. It's been crazy, mate. But saying all of that, I know we're busting to get into it. So should we have a guest?
I can't wait for this. This is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, Crow family, please welcome the incredibly talented frontman of Blackberry Smoke, Mr. Charlie Starr.
How's it going, fellas?
How are we doing, brother?
Oh, man, I'm hanging in here.
Good, man. You sounded incredible. You've done this before, I'm sure. How many of these have you done, these podcasts?
Just a few in the last. I've had 51 weeks to practice also.
So tell us where you are, Charlie, right now.
I'm at home in my house in Atlanta, Georgia. Mick Jagger's behind me.
Oh, look at that.
How we doing, Mick? Good to see you.
A couple of guitars, a dog. My family will probably come crashing through the front door here in a little bit. It's dinner time here.
Yeah, that's right. You saw about 5 o'clock there, is it?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah, dinner time is a busy time around the table. Yeah, family time.
How have you been coping, Charlie? All good?
Yeah, man, I was listening to you guys, talking just a minute ago, about this is a beautiful thing that you're doing for the Crow family and your fans. And they seem to be very engaged. I was reading the comments there, and we've tried to do similar types of things. We've been a little luckier. I don't know about you guys, but we've been able to play some shows through all this. We played drive-in shows and distanced, limited capacity type shows, which we're still doing. We're going to do 2 in Tennessee in a couple of days. And we didn't for, months and months and months when it all started. And the first time that we got together and played together and turned up loud, it was euphoric.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like it. And to go without it we didn't do anything for 9 months. Yeah. So it was like doing it for the first time.
Yeah, because you guys have done, I think you call them pandemic jams. Is that right?
Yeah, that was like our version of the CrowCast. We did this. And same thing. We were like trying to figure out we had some help from some nerdy guys to make it all work. They did a great job. They made it work.
So that was live streaming, nobody there?
Yeah, we did some live streams together where we performed. We did one at the Ryman in Nashville, one at the Tabernacle here in Atlanta, one from a studio. But then we did some of these jams like we're doing where we, first time we tried to actually play together, and it's impossible because somebody will have a delay, So then we thought, no, well, we have to actually put them together. Yeah. But from our homes, each person record their track at home. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We did one that we haven't released yet. It was Seasons of Wither by Aerosmith. And,
wow.
Yeah. Maybe someday it'll sneak out there.
Amazing. That would be really cool. What was the drive-ins like, Charlie? Was that a different experience?
Yeah, it was really weird. I mean, it was people in their cars, or you could. One of them that we did there was no PA, so we're playing our instruments, and our front of house guy was sending the mix to a truck that was broadcasting it to everyone's radio in their car. Wow. So they're listening in their car, but if they got out of their car, they couldn't hear anything but drums, So It was ridiculous. But that was early on, and they were trying to figure out how to successfully pull this off here in the US. And then they said, no, we got to have production. We got to have PA and lights. At least people, the ones that we did, they would park their car and have 4 people in a car. You pay, that's the ticket. You pay for a car with 4 people. And then they would give them an empty space beside the car to get out and drink and party. So, but then the problem was, where do they go to the bathroom? So it was quite an experiment, I think.
So how many of them did you do at the drive-ins?
Maybe 8 shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's incredible. I mean, we done, Ron, two sort of...
We did. We were very lucky because I think you guys have played there as well. We managed to get over to Germany at some point in 2020. It's all becoming a blur now, probably the same with you guys as well. But we managed to get over to Germany and we did Rock Palast, which was fabulous, but it was still bizarre because there was about 110 people there with masks on. Yeah. No one's allowed to sing. No one's allowed to cheer. So they would just kind of just applaud you quietly. Yeah. And then they left, and it was really hard because when they were leaving the venue, they were doing that just to show you they were into it, but they weren't allowed to project it, obviously. We did get offered a couple of drive-in shows, but at that point in the UK, things kind of took a turn for the worse. And they decided not to do the drive-in shows, which was acceptable and fine. But I always like to ask the bands, other artists, like their experiences, especially when you said you did the drive-ins, because we were quite excited about that when we were announced for it, because I suppose it's something to look back on in 10 years, 20 years time to kind of go, wow, do you remember that time? And bands love to do that as it is. Do you remember that time we traveled 8 hours in a van? But to say, wow, do you remember that time that we played a drive-in without a PA?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool to hear those stories. That's unbelievable.
That particular no PA show, about 2 days before we did it, I got a text from Marcus King, guitar player here, who's doing really well. And, he likes to be loud too. And he said, hey man, I see that you're coming to this drive-in in Massachusetts in a couple of days. I got to warn you, it's not sexy. He said, they made me turn my amp to the wall and put a blanket on it. And I said, oh no.
Man.
So it was that particular venue, the neighboring houses, since it was a drive-in movie theater, not a music venue, the volume of a movie, I guess, would be a third of what the volume of a live rock and roll band would be, or a show. Yeah. So all the neighbors, when they started to have shows, the neighbors were calling the cops. What's going on? Shut that down. So you live and learn, I guess.
Was anybody like, because we were thinking when it was announced that we were going to try and do one, about people beeping their horns and stuff in the cars. Did they do all that with you, or?
They did. I think that by the time we got to the third or fourth one, I think the people were told, don't honk your horn until the end. Wait until the end. So they did. And so at the very end, it was, no.
And then the neighbors go, I'm not having this.
Yeah. But you know what? What I kind of figured through all that is it sort of teaches you, you remove the energy that the audience gives you, which is really hard. But then you turn to each other. I was like, well, I love playing with these guys, and it's not that I ever forgot it, but it really reinforced, like, you know what? I love what you're playing, and I love what you're singing, and I love when we do this together.
Yeah.
And that really helped at the live stream gigs when there was no audience, or like you said, there were some friends there and they're like, don't clap, don't scream, and they're like, but my wife watched it and she's like, you should tell them to clap. Even if there's 10 of your friends there, it sounds really weird for you to end a song and then it's just crickets,
Yeah. The first live stream show we did was for Planet Rock. And I think we've all said, if we could go back to that show, knowing what it is now, we would have asked the cameraman to clap.
Yeah.
When we did that, there was literally just 4 or 5 cameramen in the room, or however many there were, spread out as they
Yeah.
are. But I wish we would have had that mindset to just say, do you mind giving us a bit of a little clap right at the end? It won't hurt. It'd be fine, because you are right. You do a big crescendo, or you end that song dramatically, and nothing.
Yeah,
It was
man.
just like you
Yeah.
said, crickets, man. It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Hope we passed the audition.
yeah.
That's amazing. But it's like you guys now have been together. What is it? 20th anniversary coming up? Is it this year?
20 years this year.
Wow, man. So I guess the question for me would be, you guys been together 20 years. Is it easier now to make records? You guys know what you're capable of. You know, the level of musicianship is, you know exactly what everyone can do. Is that songwriting process so much easier now?
I think making records is, we've never had the luxury of spending a lot of time in the studio because of our touring schedule. And then this new record, we couldn't because of COVID. So we, like this record, for example, we had 10 days to get it completed. So Dave Cobb, who produced it, he was like, let's track for 5 days, mix for 5 days. Whatever we have, that's what we'll have, you know. And if we don't have a record, we'll come back. And but we did it with a song to spare. So yeah, I think 20 years of playing together, you're sort of connected as one living organism when you're playing music together. You kind of know, like, well, if I'm writing at home, I'll think, I know I might not be able to articulate it, you know, as far as put it into words, but I know how the dudes are going to play this idea. I can hear it. It's already there. And that's very valuable, because I think, okay, well, this is how it should go. Unless if I ever try to write a prog song, then I could throw them all a curve. Then I don't know if they'd know what to do. But.
That's brilliant. But I guess, was this record, did you have the songs ready before COVID? Or was it during COVID you wrote these songs? Or
some of them were ready, because we had planned to go in the studio in March, in late March, and then of course mid-March that all went out the window. So I had I had a lot of songs already, maybe 14 or 15, and but then here comes COVID, and wrote more. And collaborated with a lot of friends. That was one interesting thing that happened, was a lot of other band guys, since we were all sitting at home, was, you know, it'd be like, hey man, you want to write a song just for fun, you know, just to do it. Yeah. And so got 2 or 3 sort of accidentally good songs out of that kind of experience, which might not have happened before, you know. Wow. Especially one was with Warren Haynes, and Government Mule tours as much, if not more, than we do. So that probably wouldn't have happened in a normal COVID-free year.
Yeah. Of course, that songwriting process, is it virtual? So you'd have an idea, they'd send something over, you'd work on it, or would it be like collaborating?
He and I actually, we got on the phone, like FaceTime audio.
Yeah.
So it's really clear and high quality. And we just bounced. I was playing the acoustic guitar, and he got one, and we bounced it back and forth. And then it came together pretty quickly. Other ones would be FaceTime or Zoom, you know.
Yeah. That's amazing. We tried it, and it was a disaster, wasn't it, Ron?
Oh, going back to what you said earlier, we tried the whole like jamming along on screen. Oh man,
they can't do it.
Like,
hey, did you happen to see, you know, I forget which award show it was, but the Stones did it, and they were not anywhere near playing together. Like, like Charlie Watts was not even playing drums. He was like hitting books or something, like or some briefcases. And Keith Richards is playing the guitar beautifully, but it's nowhere near in time with what Mick Jagger is singing. But I thought, that's who can get away with that? They can. It's the Stones.
Yeah. We've talked about it loads, see, because we're very much, when we get in a room, if something starts to spark off, we'll we'll tend to just go on one, you know what I mean? And then come back to it. But there's loads of moments that can happen, whether it becomes from a drum beat or a guitar lick, or Shane might sing a melody line, and then all of a sudden we're pretty much 3/4 of the way through the song. Because like you said, you get so in love with the music, you forget about everything. You just go down that journey. And that's what we found hard. That's been the one obstacle for us, is because we're used to kind of doing that and bouncing off. We've tried occasionally sending ideas over digitally, but they only get so far. So we've just started stacking ideas, haven't we, Shane? Just more sound bites, and seeing if we can kind of evolve them together, or however it works. You know what I mean? It's just really bizarre. We've tried the whole, like, you just don't seem to get that feed off each other. Do you know what I mean? It's
right.
It's really weird, like, but that's great that you guys have that's, and it's good for us to hear other people as well, and their methods, because it almost makes you want to try it again. Or because, like I said, the longer you're just sitting in the house, you're just wanting to create constantly, like, you know. So
it was a great time for, I'm sure a lot of songs and a lot of records are going to come out of this whole pandemic.
Yeah.
Some good
so Charlie,
stuff.
this is your 7th studio album, is that right?
7th studio.
How does this differ from the last epic album of yours?
I don't really know. I don't think that that any of them are ever really a departure from the last one. It's just the newest batch of songs, you know, but I think sonically they're all different, just from working with different producers or producing ourselves. And I really liked working with Dave Cobb, because Dave doesn't really, as a producer, he doesn't have a sound like the Dave Cobb sound.
Yeah.
He just, I think, really amplifies, no pun intended, each band or artist's sound. And he'll say that. He's like, it's my job to make you sound like you know, and to do the best job of that possible. But I will say this, he's a guitar nerd, and it is a guitar record. From Jump Street, when I walked through the door, which, you know, we had been on the phone. He's like, you don't have to bring anything. I got, you know, 2 or 3 of anything you need. Amps, guitars, drums, even, you know.
Wow.
And but I wasn't hearing that. I brought tons of stuff. And I don't know, we just had a blast. It was, you know, turn everything up loud, and he's in there with you. He's in the room and playing tambourine, and is really refreshing. He's passionate and he's fast. He doesn't waste any time on, you know, I would say, I think I can do that a little bit better. He's like, no, you can't. That was perfect. Stop it. Don't start fixing stuff. If you start fixing stuff, it'll sound like, you know, it'll be horrible. So,
well, we've got a little clip here of you guys performing You Hear Georgia. We're going to play that now because it looks so relaxed and the vibe was incredible. So we're going to show that clip right now, just for everybody. It's a short clip. Here we go.
But you know you can't believe everything you read. The hammer and a block of stone, singing that title song. Maybe you could find a new harmony. You hear Georgia.
I absolutely love it. The sound is incredible. Charlie, I'm not just saying this, but you know, there's lots of new music, and the COVID in particular has made me feel a certain way. When I listen to this album, because we've been fortunate to be sent the link and hear the album, I just put a smile on my face from year to year. And my kids were around, and I was cooking them dinner, and I had it blasting through the speakers, and I was just so happy. I'm not a dancer. No one's ever seen Shane Greenall dance. I could not help myself. I couldn't wait to have a beer in one hand, my girlfriend in another, listening to that type of music, and to whether it be a live show, it just made me feel good, man. And I haven't felt that on an album for a long, long time.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations, brother. It's an absolute banger, as we say in Wales.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful record. But You Hear Georgia, that's the first single off the album?
Yeah, that's the first single. And a new one coming up this Friday.
Sweet.
Yeah, I can't tell you what it is, but You got the record, so you know them all. It's a dance song though. I bet the song that made you want to dance is the one that we're releasing Friday.
Oh, do you know, I kind of just want to sing, shout song titles, you know, just to let you know. I've got them all here.
I have a funny coincidence here. You Hear Georgia, that song. I co-wrote it with a good friend during COVID, he's a great guitar player. He was in a band years ago called the Four Horsemen. And that band was a really fantastic rock and roll band. And they were formed by himself and another guitar player who was from Swansea.
Wow.
Yeah, his name was Haggis. And Haggis used to play, he was in a band called Zodiac Mind Warp and the Love Reaction. And then he was in a band called The Cult. He was the Cult's touring rhythm guitar player for a couple of years. But anyway, that's a funny Welsh connection.
Yeah. And that's only 20 minutes from where we live. That's literally 20 minutes down the road. That's incredible.
Yeah. But the vibe there on the recording, that clip we just saw there, Charlie. So did you guys play the entire song through a few times and just like pick the best sort of what you felt was right?
Yeah. Most of the songs, well, we've always recorded, you know, all of us together on the floor. And then you go and, you know, put the final vocal on, or if you need a better solo, put the final solo on, and dress it up with, you know, percussion and whatever, you know, the sweeteners. And that one, the vocal, you know, you can see Paul and I singing our vocal overdubs, but a couple of songs on the record we did completely live. And that's always frightening. So don't ever tell anybody that that's what they're about to do, because it'll pretty much be impossible. But Dave didn't. He's just like, all right, roll it, you know, and then we're done. He's like, you're not going to beat that. So that's it. That's the take. And, you know, like, it's amazing that can still be accomplished in 2021.
Yeah.
But all you need is a guy like him I'm not saying, I mean, you know, people can work whatever way they're comfortable, but when you got somebody like him, I think you mentioned it a minute ago, seeing somebody else get so excited about it makes you excited.
Exactly.
You know? Like, oh, now I'm really excited too. And it's beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah. And the backing vocals, the ladies who got on there singing their backing vocal, it's bliss, man. It's so beautiful. I absolutely loved it. I kind of want to tell you my favorite songs, but can you tell us what your favorite song off the record is, or you're not allowed to say right now?
Oh, I can say. Well, that's one. You Are Georgia's one. Live It Down, which is the opening track. That one makes me want to drive fast. I like that one.
Yeah. It sets up the rest of the record so beautifully. It's like it's the opener, and it just sets the tone for the entire record.
Thanks, man. I feel the same way. The running order was that was my job, and I just couldn't find another one. I flip-flopped on whether You Hear Georgia would open or Live It Down, and I wound up with no. Well, that sounds like a set opener, so that should be the opener of the record.
Yeah,
but I really like Ain't the Same, which is Keith Nelson and I wrote that song from Buck Cherry, formerly of Buck Cherry. He's an old buddy, and we've written a lot of songs now. That was another COVID song, and then the last one, Old Scarecrow. I like that one. That's gonna be a good old redneck favorite, I think.
Yeah, man.
It makes me smile every time.
I got so many favorites on the album. Honestly, my son, he's 7, my youngest, and I was playing the album, and Morningside was playing.
Yeah.
He sang that guitar riff for the entire day.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He was absolutely loving it. And he's like, "Who's this, Dad?" I'm like, "Blackberry Smoke."
Oh,
cool.
Man, tell him thank you.
I have no idea. He was just brilliant.
I have a 7-year-old son as well. So
yeah, he absolutely loves the riff, that guitar riff. And I gotta say, Old Enough to Know, your voice is awesome, and that dude is so upfront.
Oh, thank you.
It's that's one of my. There's about 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's one. What was it? All Rise Again. I said to you, I loved the riff and the vocal melody and the change of the underbelly with the chords in the chorus. Oh my God, we were.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, we were loving that off air because we were saying like it's just got so much to it, isn't it? And it takes you on a proper journey, though, and like whoa.
Thank you very much.
And we got to say, look, coming from Wales, there's obviously a track you've got on your record called "Hey Delilah."
Yeah.
Now, being from Wales, Mr. Tom Jones,
Yeah.
on the song Delilah, and when I saw it, I thought, oh, this better be
Yeah.
good.
Well, where I come from, you're, grow up going to church and Baptist church, and some of it is like, fire and brimstone, scare the children stories, which is in a human way, it's brilliant, because it's like, okay, well, in addition to me being a parent and telling you don't do this, the devil is going to get you is a really good threat. And along with that comes all these really intense Bible stories that scare you straight, And I've written a lot of songs that are influenced or inspired by Bible stories, and that's one, the Samson and Delilah story. Except that this one, Delilah probably has a cell phone, and it probably has a couple of drug dealers' numbers in her phone.
That is interesting, though, obviously, because I mean, well, you hear Georgia, it says it all. Your sound on this record, we get asked quite regularly in the UK, is this something in the water in Wales? Because Wales have produced some pretty cool bands. It's like that with Georgia, right? It's just got that sound, that essence. Maybe it is the church going, that the whole vibe of where you're from. What type of bands were you listening to as a kid growing up?
Oh man. Well, I grew up playing string band music with my dad, bluegrass and traditional country music, hillbilly music, which is so much of that is the Celtic balladry. If it's not fast or if it's not bluesy and sad, it's that beautiful balladry that came from you guys. And it's just the melting pot, all that squished together. And then I got into Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith. And then, of course, I mean, and in the South, the radio when I was a kid was full of Leonard Skinner and the Allman Brothers and the Marshall Tucker Band. And that music is unbeatable. It's just the electrified version of that stuff that my dad taught me, with traditional country music and blues and gospel, and the Allman Brothers were all that rolled into one, just turned up really loud with Marshalls. And with jazz too with them. But then, when I got a little older and got an electric guitar in the late 80s, and then Guns N' Roses exploded, and will still, for me, probably be as far as my generation, the largest rock and roll band that there's ever been for people that were, in high school in the 80s. It was like, okay, who sells more records than that? Def Leppard might have come close, but GNR Slash made everybody want a Les Paul. And so I guess all that is even for Georgia, it was part of the recipe.
So how long, so you've been with the guys for 20 years, but were you in bands before that? I know you just said about your dad and stuff, but was there any other friends and stuff that you just sort of jammed with? Was any bands before Blackberry Smoke?
Yeah. We were all, I think all of us in the band were in cover bands, when we were teenagers. And but then I moved to Atlanta in 1993, right after I got out of high school, and I started joining. I wanted to come to Atlanta to find people to play original music. You couldn't do that where the little place I come from, you got to play bars, and play, Roadhouse Blues and all that. But I started playing with these guys who were writing their own songs, and there were tons of venues in Atlanta, small places where you could go and you play your hour set and make no money but get beer, and did that for years. We didn't start, I think I was 25 when Blackberry Smoke formed. So I was already well on my way to being a wreck. We were just party. That's all we did. And but then at some point, when Blackberry Smoke started to work in earnest and really get serious, it was like, okay, well, this is going to work. I think it was the first time I saw people actually buy tickets to hear us play our songs, even if it was 50 people, it was like, okay, this is worth doing.
I was going to say, how far into the Blackberry Smoke journey did you realize, man, this is the real deal now? This isn't like a part-time thing. We're going for this. People are loving this.
Well, we all right at the beginning, we recorded a record, and there's a band from Atlanta called Jackal, big loud rock and roll band. The singer Jesse has a chainsaw that he plays on stage. It's crazy, and they're great. They're as loud as AC/DC. It's huge.
Awesome.
But he produced our first record. But he said, I want you to come and open for us. We're going to go out for a month. So get a van, get a trailer. We're going to learn how to do this, because none of us had ever toured before, not a full rock and roll tour. And that was the moment where we all jumped in with both feet, quit our jobs. Like, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And we didn't make any money, and we learned how to make the best of not a bad situation, but make the best of what we had to work with. And we instantly learned, it's like, okay, we got to have merch, because merch pays for the fuel to get us, from Kansas City to Des Moines. And it just taught us how to do it. It taught how much can you party? And then you can't, know?
Yeah.
It shows you that you're human. Yeah. And it really knocked a lot of the really romantic ideas about, this is just rock and roll, nobody cares. And it's like, nope, that's not really, that's Hollywood. It's not really how that's not how it actually is. It's a lot of work, especially for singers.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, I got to sleep.
And I'm not very good at that the best of times, to be quite honest. But yeah. But so then, okay, so you're touring, and then you get a call to support Lynyrd Skynyrd, ZZ Top. That must have blown your mind, right?
It did. We got an agent, and we didn't have an agent like for the first year and a half, and so then we hired an agent, and then a couple of those calls came, and it was like, oh wow. But I'll tell you, to be honest, which I talk to people still to this day, 20 years later, who are like, oh, I saw you with Lynyrd Skynyrd in Dallas, Texas. The first time, 2002, the first time we ever opened for him, and that's great because that's a fan, that he's a fan, and it was because of that. But in the moment, and you probably know this, there are so many times where I've thought, I'm so excited because we're opening for, somebody who I respected so much and I love their music. And you start to play and you look out and people are like, what time are you done? Because I'm here to see Lynyrd Skynyrd. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm still excited, but I really wish that they were coming to see us too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be tough. And we've played shows where the people are just not having it, and I would think, we went and did a Guns N' Roses show 2 years ago in Omaha, Nebraska, and it felt like that. And it was like, okay. And Richard Fortas, who's in the band, he was like, that was pretty good, man. And I'm like, I didn't think it was. And he goes, you didn't get stuff thrown at you. That was great. You did a great job.
Yeah. Brilliant.
But you sold out your first South American tour. Is that right?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That's immense. Yeah. So was that after the obviously supporting Lynyrd Skynyrd and that period? Obviously, things started to take traction with the band.
I think it just was. I don't know if it was directly a result of that. I think it was just the year after year slow build. And words slowly getting out here and there, and we would see. We did. A lot of touring with Zach Brown, big country star here in the States. And we would see little spikes of merch sales, but there was never like a big windfall of, oh, that what right there, that show did it. And I really just started to see, I think we really started to see the growth just from being out working it. Our own shows really. But I'll say this, television, there was cable television over here years ago. We were filmed at an outdoor show in Minnesota, and it was aired on DirecTV. And I've literally talked to thousands of people who said, I saw you, never heard of you before, saw you on this weird cable channel. And I said, oh, wow. Okay, we'll take it. Thanks to it's never like thanks radio because we get really no support. Well, Planet Rock, they've played our music and I love them. They're fantastic. But in the States, we really don't get much support from radio. They don't know what to do with us. They don't know if we're a country band or a rock and roll band, so it's confusing. So we were more like, thank you, television.
Yeah, does that annoy you? Like, because good music is good music, man. I don't understand why it's got to be labeled as something. Like your songs are just class. They're brilliantly written. So what a label's got to do with it? I really don't know.
Well, thank you. That's a beautiful compliment. Thank you very much. I don't know either. I've been asked so many times. I'm like, I mean, it's whatever you think it is, however it makes you feel,
Yeah.
and does it matter?
Yeah.
You're exactly right. It's
Yeah.
like, but then I think, hey, if you took a Skinnerd record from the 70s, if you took, like Second Helping or Nothing Fancy, what would it be played on now? Rock radio or country radio? It can get a little confusing.
Yeah, yeah. Did that ever get you down in the career? Was there any moments where you thought, do you know what, this isn't what it cracked out to be? It's too difficult, it's too hard, or was the drive, were you driven, the dedication was there, and you weren't going to stop until you got what you wanted?
No, I think we were just really focused on doing it to the best of our ability. So, and we would get tons of confusion, from industry types.
Yeah.
Don't know how to market this. Don't know. We've never been involved with a major label because they've never come knocking. So we can truthfully say it kind of spoiled us a bit because we could truthfully say, okay, well, we didn't have any sort of, I'm not going to say help because tons of people have helped us, but we never had a major label come along and go, well, I'm going to scoop you up and now we're going to throw you to the masses.
Yeah.
Because they never did. So it really feels good 20 years later to look at it and think we did this in a very small potatoes kind of way.
Yeah.
With a handful of good people that, whether it be independent label type people who were not a huge bank like a major label. They didn't have millions to spend. So we never, we didn't spend our way in. It was truly hard work, which you guys know about too.
Yeah.
It's doing it yourself.
It's funny because Ronnie brought that up actually before we were going to come on live with you, and hit me with that. There was no major. How organic and how beautiful that is to say 20 years later, we're still doing it. We're still successful. Was another killer album, and it was, like you said, you guys and the fans done it all yourself.
Yeah,
That's
for me, Charlie, I've been into a lot of like punk rock bands, that DIY ethic, that hit the road, as you said earlier, and I love that. This is the first band I've been in that we've had that mindset. We just hit the road. We didn't care how much we were getting. We just had to get on to the next gig because, Shane came up with the beautiful scenario of every gig we play, something's going to happen. Like, people will, the word will get out and it'll be a slow burn. As you say, it's a slow burn. And then you start to build those blocks and you build them in the right place. So I did my research on you guys ages ago and I was like, that's so cool to see. It's called a punk rock ethic, or everyone always kind of prides them on punk rock, but there's a lot of, whether it be southern rock or rock and roll, there's a lot of bands who have that proud foundation, and that's what you guys have had, and it's something I've respected for a long time. Of and look where you've got to with it. I mean, for a band who, like you said, never got, I don't know, launched on some of the major labels and had the splash that they did, you've managed to have Billboard success. You've managed to have UK #1 hit. You've managed to get on the biggest TV shows on the planet. It's incredible, mate. Honestly, something that we're very proud to watch because it's achievable. Any band who's trying to succeed can look upon your success and go, we can do that. You've just got to grind. You've just got to, on your worst day, you've got to keep your head up and keep swimming, and that's the best way forward. So honestly, we congratulate you on all your success there.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That warms my heart. It makes it feel like it's all been worth it. I remember thinking, being really happy when we would. I didn't want to give you the wrong idea. I wasn't complaining about opening for people, but I remember thinking, okay, I know what our job here is to pick what we think are the best 6 songs we have, to play 30 minutes or so,
Yeah.
and then get the hell out of the way quickly for the crew's sake, for the headliner. And funny thing, one of my favorite bands now is Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown. They're a young rock and roll band.
Yeah.
And somebody taught them that too, because they come in like an efficient little machine and they play the hell out of their set and then they're out of the way. And crew, same with us when we were younger. Rock and roll tour crews of these huge stadium bands love them. Like, I love that band right there because they get the hell out of our way.
Yeah. It's definitely something we've picked up on tour. Supporting the bigger acts, it's their show, we're there to do a job, and as you said, as soon as it's done, get out the way, make it as easy as possible for those bands so that you get asked again, or that word gets around, doesn't it?
But there's nothing in the world like, when you sell the show, the ticket to your show and your name is on the ticket and they came to hear you sing your songs and not somebody else.
Yeah. Can you think of a gig, Charlie, where it's your show and you're just you're looking around the bandmates and thinking, yeah, this is what it's all about, those goose pimples before you went on, and anything in particular?
So many. I mean, I can't pick one out. It's always great to play home. Atlanta's always a magical night because the energy is just thick, but London is always great. It's been great. And I was always told, that London audiences would be reserved, and they haven't been for us. I think maybe we bring out the rowdies. I don't know, but it's always been Shepherd's Bush has always been great. And we did the Roundhouse. That was beautiful. And thinking about that stage, I was thinking, oh man, think about the history. How many of our favorite musicians have played this stage?
Yeah, London's been good with us too, Ron. Yeah,
London. It's quite bizarre because I remember saying to the guys early doors, Charlie, of London's quite a hard place to play. We've been playing it since we were like 16, and I don't know what it's like in the States, but that's kind of that's always the hardest place to win over, or it was always the hardest. But with this band, we were very fortunate where we hit onto an amazing rock community. And it's exactly what I echoing what I said earlier. The building blocks are there then, and slowly but surely you start looking out. And as Shane said, just before COVID we managed to play a London headline show, and it was just a magical moment to know this is our show. You know what I mean? It's that exactly like you said, that this is our show. This is brilliant. They've come out on I think it was a Sunday evening, or and it's like they're here to, it's so cool. So I respect what you say there, even though it's cool to support anybody, and I get that vibe, and we're always the same, where the ethic is get in, win as many people over as you can. You've got 25 minutes to put on the best show you can possibly do, but then get the hell out of the way, clear the stage, like you said. But there is that cool moment when you just got that moment, like, like Shane said, you look around to the rest of the band and go, this is our show. This is pretty cool. Like,
that's the greatest feeling, man.
Yeah.
It's what keeps us all coming back. It's what keeps the Stones coming back,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you prefer, now knowing like 20 years into Blackberry Smoke, do you still enjoy the touring as much, not as much?
I love it. I'm addicted to it. This has been like going to rehab, being trapped at home for this long. I just love the daily routine of being a new play. I don't even really love to play 2 nights in the same city. It's weird, you become such a gypsy. Seriously, like, to wake up and not know where you are. It's great to look out the window and be like, where are we? It's all new, and walk around these beautiful cities, especially when we come to Europe and the UK. It is just, I love the United States. I'm an American through and through, but my heritage is is Irish, thanks to Ancestry.com. I figured that out, And I always wondered, why is it that when I come to the UK, my blood kind of tingles a little bit? And I'm like, this is because my people. This is where I'm from,
That's beautiful.
And just walking around looking at all the beautiful architecture and just the culture, and I love it. This has been hard being away from it.
Yeah.
Have you found time to do anything else? Obviously, you said you're family man, and you've been writing as well a lot. Have you found time to do anything else that you would normally be always on the road, and anything you've learned during this strange time?
I grew some vegetables, planted a garden, and I'm about to do that again in a couple of weeks around Easter. You get your seeds in, and played school teacher for a bit because my son was, homeschool. I don't know if you guys, you said you have a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
So you played teacher too, I'm sure, which I'm not cut out for it. I don't know about you, but it was really hard.
Yeah, I did struggle with it. I think I thought I was a good teacher. Yeah. Hats off to all the teachers out there.
That's right.
They do an incredible job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it should be paid more because I don't know about there, but here in the US, teachers are sorely underpaid. And we pay football players and baseball players way more than some of that should be going to school teachers and the like.
It's exactly the same year, dude.
Yeah.
There you go. But hey, so Blackberry Smoke, new album, You Hear Georgia. When is it out, Charlie?
May 28th.
May 28th. You can pre-order it now. There it goes on the bottom of the screen. Pre-order the new Blackberry Smoke album, You Hear Georgia, out May 28th. Pre-order is in our comments. Any of you Crow family, it's such a killer album. I cannot stress it. Just picked me up. It gave me energy when I thought I didn't have it. I was tired. I was homeschooling. I was tired. I wanted to eat some food, and all it made me do was dance around the kitchen. And I'm not a dancer. That man up there knows I am not a dancer. It put a smile on my face. I wanted to dance in the kitchen. Buy it for that alone. But the musicianship, the quality in this songwriting is phenomenal. Congratulations, Charlie. Such an amazing record, dude.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you so much, man.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us, Charlie. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Crow family.
Thank you very much. Stay safe, Charlie, and we hopefully, when things get back to some normality, we'll see you on the road, mate.
You too, Ronnie. You too, Shane. You guys take care, man.
Take care, Charlie. We're going to play the song now in full, You Hear Georgia. Check this out, guys.
Play that again. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But can you be more active on that fill? Like, goo, 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 goo. One of those big, over-the-top scared fills there. Okay, let's take it from the top. Well, how's it start?
You hear Georgia when I open my mouth. Don't make no difference what I'm talking about. I let you in
Hey,
How good is that track? How was it going, boys?
how's it going? Yeah, really good, man. Really good. That's beautiful, that song.
What a
I
fun.
don't know, right? That's a great song, but it's not the best one on there. That's the standard. Honestly, there's some absolute pearlers on there. I can't stress it enough. It's brilliant. I love it.
Such a great band, man. Such a great band.
Yeah, and for anybody watching as well, their brand new album is out. Well, you can pre-order it right now, but it's available then May the 28th. You Hear Georgia, incredible, absolutely blinding album. So fortunate to be able to have a listen to it, and well, like Shane said, there's just so many favorites instantly, like, you know.
Yeah, it just makes you feel good.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, man, with that kind of music, especially for me. I mean, I done a run a couple of weeks ago, and the sun was shining, and I went down the country lanes by, not far from where we live, and I stuck Blackberry Smoke on, and I was just like, oh my god, this just gets you in the zone, like,
Yeah.
such a good feel good songs,
While we're talking about great songs, great feel goods, how about this?
The best.
The best.
The best.
The best music all day long. Crow Radio. Crow Radio. Available now via Those Damn Crows Spotify page. Don't forget to click the green heart.
So yeah, this week's Crow Radio is influenced, of course, by Mr. Charlie Starr, Blackberry Smoke. It's all about Southern rock. It's a cracking playlist. Me and the guys have put it together. Some of our favorite artists. Do you want to read some of them out, Shane?
We start off with obviously You Hear Georgia, Blackberry Smoke. You guys have just heard it. I'm Southern, the Cadillac 3, another great band.
Oh, great.
Yeah, man.
Such a great vibe. ZZ Top, I Say No More. A little bit longer, the Bison Family, Phil Campbell, amazing. Again, another amazing vibe. Whiskey Sunrise, Chris Stapleton, brilliant song, brilliant artist. Day for the Dead, Zach Brown Band.
That was the Dave Grohl sessions. That one, Shane. That was that's a yeah, because I watched them in the Country Music Awards and
CMA Awards, yeah.
Yeah, you can see Dave performing it with them. Oh, it's a great song live as well. Like,
yeah, 100%, bud. Lynyrd Skynyrd, that Charlie was raving about, of course, had to be on there with their classic Sweet Home Alabama. Flirting with Disaster, Molly Hatchet, Bad Mood Rising, of course. These are brilliant, eh? End of the Line. See, it's just making me smile, man. End of the Line,
Yeah.
Traveling Wilburys. What a super band that was. Bringing Back the Sunshine, Blake Shelton. Life is a Highway, Rascal Flatts. Stone, Whiskey Myers. She's Country, Jason Aldean. Me and Mary Jane, Blackstone Cherry, of course. Devil Don't Care, a banger. Monster Truck. I'm a Man of Constant Sorrow. Have you heard this, boys? Soggy Bottom, boys.
no,
Oh, I haven't heard that.
that's the beautiful thing about this.
You
Honestly,
play this, right? I guarantee you've heard this, and it was a soundtrack of a song with George Clooney.
yeah.
About I don't think they're brothers. They were in prison. They broke out of prison and they go on the run, and then they come up with this song, and they dress up with beards and all that, and they're on the run. And there's this song, and they become number one on the radio. They record a song whilst on the run, and it becomes number one, and they get pardoned. It's absolutely brilliant. You got to watch it.
Really?
Brother, Where Art Thou? It's like a dark comedy.
I will check that out. Honestly,
And
afterwards.
That's the song in it. Axford, you're gonna love our song. I guarantee.
Wait, honestly, man, that's brilliant.
The Black Crows, what a band. Remedy, what a
Yes.
song. Oh, there's David. All right, Dave. Just doing your job, you said.
Hello.
Do Your Worst, Rival Sons, another incredible band. Drunk on a Plane, Duke's Bentley.
Bentley.
On to the next.
One. I gotta be honest, I haven't heard that one. There's a couple on here I haven't heard. So
No, I haven't heard that either. Drunk on a Plane.
Good track, man. Good track. Good.
And
good video
finally-
as well.
On to the next, Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown. Brilliant band. We've seen them. We've played with them on the same venue at Planet Rock Stock. Was it last year before?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Incredible. What a playlist. Check this out. Go and play it. Run to it. sit in the garden to it, cook to it. It's a brilliant playlist. It'll make you feel something, I guarantee you.
Outstanding. I mean, yet again, massive thanks to Charlie Starr for coming on, sharing some incredible stories. What a cracking journey they've had. Like Shane he didn't know that they've obviously been independent for so long. Did you boys know that, or
did not?
I kind of figured they were, but I didn't actually know until like the great extent that he went into it. Yeah, it's very impressive, man.
Yeah,
really impressive, and hats off to all of those guys.
It's inspiring, man.
It really is. It really is. Yeah, it was a great, like, watch him in the background. It was really good, man, and such a calming influence as well. The way he comes across,
Yeah, it's a real mellow vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, I really liked it. Really liked it.
Well, definitely different to Blaze. Between him and Blaze Bailey. And for anybody who's missed maybe some of the show or wherever, if you keep an eye on Apple and Spotify and Acast this week, the interview with Charlie Starr will be available. It's the CrowCast podcast. So if you check that out, subscribe, leave us a review. But yeah, that'll be available this Friday. So for anybody who's tuned in late and wanted to catch Charlie, also, obviously, this will be uploaded onto YouTube. So you can check that out as well. Shane, have we got any birthdays and shout outs?
We have got quite a few, buddy. Let me start with Beth. Could you please wish my husband, Seaton Davis, a birthday wish on CrowCast this week? His birthday is on the 18th of March. We haven't missed a CrowCast yet. We are big fans of you guys. It would really make his day. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Seaton.
Happy birthday.
Have a good one, buddy. Kieran Gibson's got in touch. Hey, Crows, could I request a birthday shout out for my good lady wife on this week's CrowCast, please? Her birthday is on Wednesday, the 17th. Happy birthday, Angela.
Happy birthday, Angela.
That's from Kieran, Charlie, and Ria. The kids as well. Awesome. Have a great day, lovely. Ken and Jill Watcham. It's their wedding anniversary today. Happy anniversary, Ken and Jill.
Happy anniversary.
Hope we had a great day, guys. A massive happy birthday shout out to the wonderful Diane Taylor. So many people got in touch to wish her happy birthday. Happy birthday, Diane.
Happy birthday.
So many people got in touch to wish Diana a birthday. Happy birthday. Kieran Evans, can you please give a birthday shout out to Rob Millez? I hope I say that right, or Millez. Happy birthday, Rob.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey.
And I think there's one more here. Steve Davis. Hi, Crows. Hope you're all okay. Please, could you wish my gorgeous wife, Leanne Davis from Aberthill area, a very happy birthday. Her birthday was on Mother's Day. Unfortunately, I contracted COVID last Thursday, so we've been unable to do a lockdown birthday celebration. She's a massive fan. Wait for it. Dave is her favorite.
Well, what can I say?
And he's putting here in brackets, not bollocks.
So she doesn't like my bollocks. Got it. Moving on.
They go on to say, we'll be watching CrowCast 51 on tellies in separate rooms. And she will be absolutely over the moon to hear this. I love her so much and can't wait to celebrate her birthday properly when I'm not feeling like a ripped dap. We love CrowCast, and number 51 is going to give our household a massive boost. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Leanne.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Leanne, from your favorite, me.
And get well soon, Steve.
Yes.
Get well, Steve.
Brother.
There we go. That's all the shout-outs. But if I may, boys, this isn't a birthday shout-out or any special occasion, but I had this in the post.
Oh, the beer
fan page.
Yes, the Crow family might have seen this on the fan page. The wonderful Catherine Robbins from Cornish Rockbox made this out of a Send the Nipa can. Isn't that incredible?
Wow.
I don't even know where you'd start with that. I mean, that's like, yeah.
Clever lady.
Very clever.
I would
head on over to Cornish Rockbox You'll see what Catherine can do. It's absolutely incredible, and I can't thank you enough for that. That's absolutely
super cool.
wonderful.
Fair play.
That is outstanding.
It is. I love it.
I love that. 4 more, please, Catherine.
Yep. Thank you very much.
We took her
Send
about
the
a week
empties in the
looking at it, the
post.
detail.
Got a couple of empties beer.
I know. I got to do, but look at all them. Look at all the photos there. Look.
For them, she needs Shane.
Apparently, though, after she finished it, she said her eyes go a bit funny, making them.
Oh, no,
I said, you haven't been drinking any have you, while you've been doing it?
You need 2. That's what everyone's saying. You only need 2. Good God.
Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah, check out Cornish Rock Box. Incredible. Well done.
What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. What's the next line? What's the next line? What's the next line?
A long pause, isn't it? And this week, the lyric is make a stand. Make a stand. What is the next line? Go.
Ooh. Hey, I was on about it top of the show, boys. While Shane's looking for the winner of that. Hang on. It's our birthday next week, boys. Do you see that photo?
Wow, look at that.
Look at that photo. Next
That's
week.
the first ever episode. Your Shiner's here.
I know, I was just looking at that thinking, fuck, I got naked, right?
Incredible.
I've had a naked, have I? How can you not remember that, mate?
It's been a long year, but
Oh, it's flown, no, man. Yeah, I've been looking through some old episodes. Thought it's a really good chance for everybody. If they want to send in, like I said, top of the show, or if anybody's tuned in late, if you want to send over any shout outs or maybe some of your favorite episodes, your favorite guests, funny things that's happened in CrowCast. Just basically anything you'd like to kind of recap on, or something you'd like to watch again or talk about during the show. Also, and I forgot to say this earlier, maybe we'll do another mini quiz, just a chance for everybody to get involved, have a laugh. You know, we'll chuck some prizes in there, so we can maybe do it on, I don't know, past CrowCasts. So if you've only watched about 5 or 6, you've got a few to catch up on.
yeah, the quiz be good. It'd be a nice recap for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's happened in 52 weeks. Like.
Well, yeah, man. 51 episodes. I mean, any moments strike out to you, Lloyd?
Oh, bloody loads, man. I mean, one was probably me telling the world that I put a gun through a letterbox.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know? And then I'm never going to be let into the United States of America ever again.
Yeah. Can anyone remember what episode that was? If you can,
No.
if you can, email it to CrowCast Takeover.
The another funny one that got me was the Runny Ronnie.
The Runny Ronnie. Oh, God. There's
There's
loads.
so many classic moments.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you look at that photo, and you can really see we're trying to work out what is going on. Are we connected to the world? Shane's already on the at Shane Greenall. He was pro from day one. Fair play, Shane.
Yeah, but if you look, I've got the headphone one in, one out. So you know, I could. Yeah,
I would just come off tour, mind.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no backdrop. There's no merch on the back. No lights.
Yeah.
yeah. There's the Germany episode, boys. That'll be fun. So I'll probably put some recaps of that. We'll try and get maybe a couple of guest shout outs as well, which would be cool. Dave, any moments stick out for you?
No, but I tell you what, I was scanning through the YouTube playlist, which you can go and visit now. It goes from episode 1 up to episode 51. there's so many episodes. I was like, I can't remember that one. I can't remember. You know what my memory's like. I was like, I can't remember that one. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. Just going through them.
You forgot that we had CrowCast.
I've forgotten more than most of you know. You know.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible.
Oh, we've had some laughs. I remember like the Darren
man.
Griffiths when he sent in the cartoon sort of sketches of us and
I
stuff.
remember that. Yeah, there was the whole Brillo pad.
Yeah, that was class.
Shane with the pigeons. So that'll be something we can maybe talk about next week. We'll have to try and I'll try and find that. I'll have to get hold of Darren Griffiths as well. Get those images back off him where he kind of animated us, didn't he?
Yeah, man.
Avatar. He did our Avatar.
That's it, an Avatar. Yeah.
Thank you, Nick, for reminding me about the skipping. Yes.
Well, for the lack of, I don't know.
Yeah, they go. That's bloody send a neeper for you. That was a couple of cans in.
Yeah. I'll give you 10. Brilliant. Yeah, Shine on his scooter, Emma. Absolutely. I'll never forget that. That's burnt into my brain.
There we go. Jimmy Watkins talking about Linford Christie's lunchbox. That was. I'll have to find that soundbite. That was world class. That was incredible.
Yeah.
You never know what the guests are going to talk about. Obviously, it's CrowCast. We've had some great exclusives on you. Some talk of reunions with certain guests as well. But yeah, the Linford Christie lunchbox. I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah.
No.
I tell you what I do miss, boys. I do miss Shane's weekly pigeon update. That kept me quite sane.
They're still here, bud. And they're bigger than ever. Do you remember that? There was a guy a couple of years back who did a prank phone call and was talking about pigeons. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He puts on a posh voice and he's talking about someone to come and...
It's bloody preposterous.
Yeah.
Like, bloody, he's as big as Falcar.
That's it. That's it. That's my life. They're still there, but they're still.
I got one in the swimming pool. He's doing bloody backstrokes.
They're massive, man. They're massive around by me, the pigeons.
Yeah. Shane got a couple out the front, shit on his car.
Yeah.
Here we are. Look, someone's put a suggestion here on the side. Sarah Richards said we could have a poll of how many of my facts are actually true. So it would be out of 51. You have to choose.
Yeah,
you get a prize for that, closest to it.
What are you going to give him, Dave?
Well, put in a 0 when you've won already.
Yes, Sam. Ricky Warwick as well. There'll be definitely some Ricky Warwick clips in there. There's just been so many, haven't there?
Ian Danta impressions in there.
Yes, Ian Danta. Good God, what was that? That was episode 7.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely an early episode.
My pissing into the wind story.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't even seem like that was in lockdown. That seems like it was another world. Because like kind of like the longest I haven't been to the beach, like this says. Which I think you're going on months now, and we like, but Jesus Christ, yeah, good memories, everybody.
I know, yeah.
So yeah, there'd be plenty of talk about that. Definitely, Shiner, anything stick out for you, buddy?
I suppose CJ Wildart, being the first one to say the C word on you.
Yes,
he said it twice.
Not twice.
Yeah.
He should have made it 3.
Maybe we'll cut that one out and we'll put it right at the end next week. maybe the one-liner will be CJ's one-liner next week.
Yeah. Give me a week off.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant, that is. Before I move on, just a quick update, guys, from the Crow Fitness page. Old Annie Schwarzenegger. So this week's Crow Fitness World Tour, in our second week, we added another 1,588 miles to the total. 14% around the equator, as the crow flies. To put that into context, we've gone from Bridgend to Marrakesh last week. That was last week. So this week, we have carried along the North African coast and made it to, now I'm going to say this wrong, I've been trying to practice it all day, Tatooine in Tunisia.
Tatooine.
Tatooine, Ivan.
Tatooine.
Thank you very much. Tatooine in Tunisia.
It's from Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the
of course.
inspiration for George Lucas Tatooine in Star Wars. So in 2 weeks, we've also climbed Everest nearly 6 times.
Wow.
Well done, Crows. Should have flown it if you were Crows, but there we are.
Yeah, and sad news as well. 3 competitors have guessed wrong and they've been knocked out. So that's because obviously Yanni was running the competition on the Crow Fitness page. But yeah, 6 times we've climbed Everest. Well done, Crow family.
Yeah. Great work. Great work.
That's amazing. Right, we got a winner.
We
got a
have a winner.
The lyric was "Make a Stand," and the lyric that followed was "Don't Let Them Silence You." And the winner there is Sandra Smith. Well done, Sandra. You have won yourself a Crow Tea Tower.
Ta-da!
Well done, Sandra. It's on its way to you. Do with it what you will. Bandana, a flag, or traditionally, wipe the dishes.
Doing the dishes will never
Get
be
it
the
wet.
same
Look up.
again.
Yes, Lloyd.
Yeah.
On Dave's peachy bottom.
Well done, Sandra.
Well done, Sandra.
Well done. Good
Speaking
work.
of Dave,
Full screen, please, Chief. The blue whale's fart bubble would fit a horse in it.
Now he's back to his best. That's more like it, David. That's more like it. Say it again, David.
If I had a collar, I'd flick it up and just walk off. A blue whale's fart bubble could fit a horse in it. A horse.
Wow. Back to your best. Well done, bud. But is it true? That's the thing.
I don't know how the friggin' hell you figure that one out. How can you test that one?
I don't think Google would even know that one, Dave.
Go get Black Booty, bud. Let's go and try it.
Yeah.
Dave, show me an horse impression again.
An horse impression?
Yeah, the one you were doing.
Hello there, my name is Michael Keith, the Irish horse.
What?
I don't know.
But you were do-
I don't know. You caught me out.
no, you were doing this. A horse. Yeah.
Oh, a horse.
Yeah.
A horse. There we are. Exactly. There we are. Chief for the graphic there, Chief.
Chief.
Hey, Dave. It's not a seahorse, is it?
What I should have said was a horse. Because there's a lot of places a horse won't fit inside, but it will fit inside a fart bubble. Moving on.
moving on.
Come on, press a button, press a button, press a button.
Mystery box, mystery box. What's inside the mystery box?
What's Dave on about then?
Mystery box. What's inside the mystery box?
You can do voiceovers over the mystery box.
Just open the box.
We've had 5 of these parcels.
It's
Looks like the horse has been at that.
Is Dave lost again, Shane?
What's that, bud?
Is Dave last again?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Well, we have a letter. Hi guys, hope these boxes arrive in good condition, not like the first attempt to get them to you. Just a little token of our appreciation for everything you've done for us to keep us sane over the last year. Your CrowCast and music has kept me sane. Can't wait to see you all in person on stage somewhere. Hope you enjoy. Big kutches and loves, Nicola, Shani, and Tegan. Here we go,
guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
We got some Easter paper.
Whoa, look at
So that must. Oh my god.
Get your eggs out.
Oh my god. We starting off here with traditional Welsh cakes, homemade Welsh cakes.
Oh, thank you.
It's got currants in them. But we've also got fudge and milk chocolate Welsh cakes.
Oh, now we're talking.
Oh, tidy.
Yes.
It doesn't stop there. We got blueberry and white chocolate Welsh cakes.
Oh,
Thank you very
amazing.
much.
It doesn't stop there.
Oh,
We got cherry and dark chocolate Welsh cakes.
Wow.
Oh,
Don't forget, boys, we all got one of these.
tidy.
don't forget, we're going to have to up the Crow fitness.
I know that.
Definitely.
Bloody hell.
Oh, we won't be climbing Everest at this rate.
Yeah, Everest in 3 days. Jesus.
Chocolate Welsh spoons.
Blood spoons. Oh,
I'm glad you said
that's
well
incredible.
spoons.
yeah.
Malteser's Easter egg.
Whoa!
Oh.
Dave loves an Easter egg.
Oh. I got to change my pants.
What do you say? I missed that.
The thing. Moving on.
A little egg, a little bunny. Ooh.
No, they won't last long.
Interesting story about that bunny, right? I'm going to make myself sound like a right weirdo now. Someone gave me one of those as a gift years ago. And it was so little and cute, I could not eat it. And it was just there for years, sitting there for years.
Did it
Couldn't
melt,
eat it.
Dave?
It was too cute. No, it went all white. You know that weird white chocolate you get?
What is that?
We've got a
Ooh,
bottle of raw.
from Boss.
Ooh.
It's a
Nice.
it's a dragon hopped pale ale.
Oh, yes, please.
4%.
Love that.
We're not done, boys.
No way. Oh,
The
that'll be on
box
next
that keeps on giving.
podcast then. Get the ale out. Get the ale out.
We got a little coffin with a crow skull.
Oh, that's more like it.
Wow.
Oh, that is epic.
Wow.
That's class.
Yeah,
Where
look
would
at
you even get one of them from?
That's incredible.
And another little bunny with his head ripped off.
You can go in the coffin.
No.
Go in the coffin, yeah, that's right, Lloyd.
The coffin, yeah.
Nicola, Shani, and Tegan, thank you so much, boys. We've all got a box like that.
Oh, that's
that's
amazing.
incredible. Thank you so much.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. That's amazing. That's absolutely brilliant. That's brilliant.
I'm really looking forward to trying those Welsh cakes.
I bet you are.
Yeah.
Homemade, these are, boys. Homemade.
Yeah. It can't beat a homemade Welsh cake.
Oh,
Starving, huh?
Yeah. I'll be down in about 20 minutes, Shane.
that's what I was thinking. Do deliver.
Like a
Shane.
piece of Easter egg in it.
Are we back now? Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, that's brilliant. Probably a great time as well, guys. Head on over to the fan page. Such a great community for anybody who's never seen this before, or you've tuned in tonight, or tell everybody about it. Those Damn Crows fan page. Everybody keeps in touch with everybody. Lets everybody know what gigs are coming up, what's been rescheduled. Some incredible items being made and shared. And then obviously you can catch us on Instagram. You can catch us on YouTube now as well. There's playthroughs of Point of No Return, and also all the CrowCasts, as Dave said, are all part of a playlist. Plus all our official videos are up on there. Twitter and Twitch. Like I said, we will be doing more with Twitch in the future. But if you prefer it all in one place, just head over to www.thosedamncrows.com. You can check out everything that's going on tour-wise, that's being rescheduled, etc. Or we've got the beer page where it'll take you directly to order beer. There's the Crow Fitness page. There's the shop with all the brand new merch that's available. And yet again, anything you need to know about the band or where all the socials are, it's all in one place. www.thosedamncrows.com. And one more thing as well, it's just a quick reminder, next week is our happy birthday CrowCast episode. 1 year of doing the CrowCast, guys. It's incredible. So we want you to get involved. Email us though this week, crowcasttakeover@gmail.com. I don't know if there was favorite parts of the last 51 episodes that you'd like to maybe see, little recaps, favorite stories, your time during COVID, any messages you want to send, any shout outs, send them to crowcasttakeover@gmail.com. And if somebody can put that on the fan page as well, because there's a lot of people back in work at the moment, so they don't get to stay up late. So as long as they know next week will be a birthday episode, it'll all be about you guys. We'll be answering your questions. And like some of you were getting involved earlier and telling us your favorite stories, we'll obviously spend more time on them talking about scooters or Ian Dante doing impressions or Ricky Warwick. We'll even maybe try and dig up some of the performances that we've had during the 51 weeks as well. So that's next week's CrowCast birthday special.
Awesome. Lots of giveaways as well, guys. We'll make sure of that.
Yeah.
1 year. 1 whole year.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Gonna be a good bash.
Unbelievable, Jeff. And if there's no more business...
Ladies and gentlemen, one-liner, shiner.
A year to see in our photo. Oh.
52 times next week, buddy.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's, yeah. Well, I've just realised my one-liner tonight is I am basically stating the obvious, but the future comes one day at a time. That's it. Let's go.
There's the one line. That's it.
That's it. Let's go.
That's it. Let's go.
Outstanding. As always, Crow family, thank you so much for joining us every Tuesday. Your support is incredible. We love you to bits. I'm going to go and stuff my face now with Welsh cakes. We will see you next week for our birthday edition of CrowCast, episode 52. Cannot believe it. See you then, guys. Take care. Stay safe.
I'm not giving up. I'm not